Look closely at this image. This is the Los Angeles metro system, a shining example of modern engineering, right? Now, ignore the subway cars for a moment. Look beneath the tracks. Look between the stations. What if the most advanced cities on Earth aren't just built up, but built down? Not for people to ride trains, but for autonomous systems you were never meant to see? We've all felt the rumble beneath our feet in Manhattan, London, or Tokyo. We assume it's just infrastructure. But what if those subterranean echoes are the sounds of a parallel world? A world operating without sunlight, without human operators. A world that makes the public metro system look like a children's toy train. This isn't just about tunnels, it's about control, and the structures of power literally beneath our boots. The silence is the point. The lack of public knowledge isn't an accident. It's the meticulous design of modern governance, a physical manifestation of the black budget existing beneath our everyday lives. In the heart of every smart city, engineers design dual systems, the public works you use every day, and the hidden infrastructure designed for rapid deployment, logistics, and surveillance. Consider the blueprints of modern Seoul, South Korea, a city built with an almost paranoid level of preparedness. There are layers of reinforced concrete and empty space that don't appear on tourist maps. Or the deep tunnel system in Chicago, designed for flood control, but capable of moving massive amounts of equipment and personnel entirely unseen. Are these just pragmatic engineering choices? Or are we looking at the blueprints for an urban control grid? The silence from city planning commissions on the exact use of these secondary, tertiary, and quaternary layers of infrastructure is deafening. They call them utility corridors, or maintenance access. We call them ghost tunnels. These aren't just empty spaces. They are operational voids designed for speed, security, and secrecy, running on their own power grids, separate from the fragile public ones above. They are the circulatory system of a city that only high-level entities use. The core controversy here is not that these tunnels exist, but who is using them, and for what purpose. They are designed for speed, secrecy, and silence, perfect for autonomous delivery drones, rapid response units, or automated security systems. Imagine you're watching the news during a civic disturbance in 2026. The streets are blocked, but beneath you, a parallel system is moving assets seamlessly across the entire city grid. The public sees chaos. The system sees efficient infrastructure use. We know that DARPA and various urban logistics firms are investing heavily in subterranean logistics and last-mile autonomous delivery. It's an open secret in the world of logistics planning. But when you ask city officials about specific dimensions, access points, and control mechanisms for these networks, you hit a concrete wall of security protocols and proprietary information. The answer they give you is a shrug and a mention of future proofing, yet the sheer volume of concrete poured into these hidden sectors suggests a scale far beyond simple maintenance. This brings us to the operational aspect. These tunnels are empty only to humans. To sensors and autonomous bots, they are highways. Think about the London Post Office Railway, or Mail Rail, which operated for decades unseen, moving mail across the city, completely separate from the tube. It was a marvel of engineering, and the public barely knew it existed. That system is retired now, a tourist attraction, but the physical space remains, deep beneath London's financial district. Why is such strategically valuable, blast-proof space simply being used for museum tours? Or is that just a cover story? The patents filed today by companies like Boston Dynamics and Amazon Robotics for subterranean navigation and rapid deployment systems strongly suggest a demand for these hidden environments. The infrastructure is ready. The public is just unaware of the new tenants and their directives. The official narrative is efficiency and logistics. The investigative reality is untraceable movement of critical assets through a world without witnesses. Take the New York City infrastructure. The old pneumatic tube mail system from the 19th century still exists, a forgotten circulatory system beneath the pavement. Many of these tubes are now defunct, but the space they occupy remains. They connect government buildings, police precincts, and financial institutions. What happens when these historical voids are retrofitted with modern fiber optics and rapid transport systems? We see patents filed for Hyperloop-style urban capsules moving sensitive data or sensitive cargo at incredible speeds. The city is a living organism, and these tunnels are its black veins, unseen and silent, carrying information and cargo that shapes the public world above in ways we can only theorize about. The sheer scale of these retrofitted systems suggests they are preparing for a future where surface travel is either too dangerous or too visible. The question is, who are they hiding from? Or worse, who are they moving things past while we are stuck in traffic just 10 feet above them? The visual evidence is startling if you know where to look. We've all seen stock footage of the London Underground, but search for footage of the Post Office Railway or the Kingsway Exchange tunnels. These are massive, secure communication hubs built to withstand a nuclear blast. They are ghost cities beneath the street. These structures tell a story of a hidden world, a world where governments and corporations prepare for a reality the average citizen can't even imagine. The psychology of this design is fascinating. The public infrastructure is designed for convenience and visibility, while the private infrastructure is designed for resilience and invisibility. This duality suggests a fundamental distrust between the governing bodies and the governed population. They built a world for themselves, and we were only given the surface layer. Every major city has an emergency management plan that references secure subterranean movement. This is public record if you dig deep enough into bureaucratic PDFs. They are euphemisms for a system of rapid response that bypasses the traffic, the public, and the oversight. In Seoul, the sheer amount of layered infrastructure means you can move an entire military unit from one side of the city to the other without a single citizen seeing a uniform. This isn't just about security, it's about absolute control over the narrative and the physical space during a crisis. The public sees order maintained by visible police. The hidden system ensures the infrastructure of power never fails. The tension between the transparent, smart city we are promised and the opaque, secure city that actually runs things is the core mystery of 2026 urban life. What happens when the AI systems managing these tunnels decide that human presence on the surface is a variable that needs to be managed? We are building cities with two minds, one that speaks to us through glowing screens and transit apps, and one that remains silent, processing the true logistics of power in the dark. Furthermore, we must examine the concept of the dark fiber and dedicated power loops that feed these ghost networks. In major financial hubs like Zurich or Frankfurt, there are private tunnels that connect the vaults of central banks to high-frequency trading servers and government bunkers. These are not connected to the public internet. They are physically isolated, air-gapped corridors that allow for the movement of wealth and information at the speed of light, away from the eyes of hackers, journalists, or tax authorities. When a city announces a new smart grid or a 6G expansion, they often lay miles of extra conduit that is never officially allocated to a service provider. These are the dormant neurons of the ghost city, waiting for a command that will never be broadcast on public frequencies. The more connected our world becomes on the surface, the more isolated and secretive the world becomes beneath. There are also the biological anomalies. In the deep tunnels of Moscow and Kiev, there have been long-standing reports of uncatalogued urban ecosystems. Some theorists suggest that the heat signatures detected in these ghost tunnels aren't just coming from servers, but from life. Whether it's unauthorized inhabitants or experimental biomass, remains a subject of intense speculation among urban explorers who risk their lives to document the edges of these zones. They describe strange markings on the walls, doors that require biometric scans in the middle of a sewer line, and a constant, low-frequency hum that causes physical nausea. This isn't the sound of water or electricity. It's the sound of a pressurized, managed environment. It's the sound of a place that was built to stay alive long after the surface world goes cold. This leads us to the unsettling conclusion. The silence isn't a cover-up of a single event, but a sustained, structural cover-up of an entire second city operating in parallel with ours. A city of wire, concrete, and automated decision-making. We might never see the full blueprints. We might never ride one of these ghost transport systems, but we live above them every day. We are the guests in a landscape that is increasingly being optimized for entities that don't breathe air or need sunlight. The next time you feel a vibration you can't explain, or hear a faint mechanical whirring late at night, ask yourself, is the city just settling? Or is the other city, the silent one, just waking up? The truth is right there, echoing just below the surface, if you're willing to listen. We are walking on a ceiling, and we haven't even realized that the floor is where the real story begins.